seen this game a couple times now. Uh, when you guys are playing so well and guys are attacking off the dribble, finding the back door, why is it so hard to get into that zone and maintain it?
Well, I mean, I think that is the game. That's the nature of the game. If you break it down, is who can do that more throughout the game. Who, when those time comes, and for us, Brent, it's to your point. I don't know if it's five straight, where this is what I want. I want us to be there. But, it seems it's a little different every game in terms of today, as we're getting to that consistency of being in these games, being in them to win them, with those opportunities. Well, today we play really well and we take a 7-point lead. Now, I don't know if we've done that before, you know what I mean? So like I just said to our guys, there are times in practice almost every day where I say, we got to build a lead. You got to learn how to get the lead. You got to learn how to build the lead. You got to learn how to keep the lead. And we do it in certain ways. And, well, now we're starting to see where, okay, you do this over and over again. Well, you learn how to get the lead. You learn how to build it. And now guess what you got to learn? You got to learn how to keep it. And now the game is the other team at that juncture saying, whoa, 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 whoa. It's time for us to, figure out, like you just said, we got to take them out of that rhythm that they're in or whatever it is. And that's the toughness element of the game. You know what I mean? The 40-minute element of the game, the learned behavior of, and we're still in this process, the learned behavior to what you said, like this is how we play. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do it over and over. We'll have our good times, and the more you do that, you learn how to minimize your down times, and we're getting better at things, and we were better against the press today. We worked on that. We knew it was going to happen. We're so much better at it. We actually attacked out of the press. We didn't turn it over. But today, I just have to say, our shooting sort of failed us. That's what it was. I said at half, guys, if we don't turn it over, we're going to get layups. I said it in the timeout huddle in the 10-minute mark. We missed 3 layups in the first half. We missed 7 wide open threes. Like, if we don't turn it over, we're going to get layups. We're going to get open shots. We're going to get foul shots. We got to make them, and we had a lot of open shots, and, we just didn't, if I could look at that, if we shot the ball better today, I think that always goes a long way towards holding a lead and building a lead, making a shot. And I thought we did a good job taking care of the ball, breaking their pressure. We did it for the whole game, and we just got to stay with it. That's what I told our guys. I hope keep staying with it, keep fighting, put ourselves in that position again, and we'll keep teaching ourselves how to. We'll be there again. You got to execute. You got to make that 3-point shot. You got to make that layup. You got to make the traditional 3-point play. You got to go in there and get the dunk and get fouled and make it a 3-point play. We had 3 of those today, I think, where we could have had 3 traditionals. Instead, we don't get any, and I don't know what we went from the foul line on those. So those are things I think that go towards the end result of what you're talking about. We're learning that. And we got to do what we did today and make sure we do it again on, I think it's Wednesday. So.
Obviously, with the lineup and the minutes, a lot of younger guys got more time and started. But then it was the veterans who kind of led the show in the second half. Is it just going to take a while for those guys to fully integrate into those roles?
Yep. And, again, I think that's part of this process. They've actually, like I've said to you and said, we've had really good practices. We've gotten better in February. Our guys have been we've been having, just good energy. I think it's showing up out on that court. But when you say what you said, we struggle. We're still in that process of trying to find on that night, do you get 5 guys that play well? You know what I mean? You get to that. The end result's going to be what you want. Tonight we play well. Chris plays terrific in the second, overall second half especially. AJ played really well. And then to your point, some guys who definitely throwing them in there. They've been doing well in practice. They're definitely been a difference in the team. I thought Abe played better. It's just trying to figure out over the course of the 40 minutes, can we get everybody to sort of play well on the same night? And we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to get to that point where 5 guys play well. When I say play well, it doesn't mean that they played poorly. They banged a couple shots that sort of, helped. So we'll keep doing it. Keaton and Amico had some injuries over the weekend, as we were getting ready. So they didn't practice as much. So, it was an opportunity for those guys. And, Keaton and Amico are going to get back in there, and they're going to help us, and that's going to help Cam and Carter. And I got to keep trying to figure out Octave. Every time I put him in there, he does something good. So I'm noticing in that, and I got to reward him.
Coach, I only got one for you. I know we're talking a lot about offense and, shooting, vault shots didn't fall. Thoughts on the defensive side of the ball? I know early on they were really killing you in the paint. Did you feel like the help defense was there at all?
Well, I did say, defensively in the second half, sort of down the stretch, I thought that hurt us, obviously. They're a big guy. I don't know. Again, it's certain things about scouting reports. When you get to the point where you're talking about winning games, it's that learned behavior of, well, you got to make them do. You got to make them beat you the way that you say they got to beat you. And I think tonight, 22 especially, he came in and he hurt us, and he hurt us the way that we, it was the thing that we said he can't do that. So. Again, that's a thing where we got to get better at that. We got to get better at that, as a guy might have a 2 or 3 inch advantage on us, and that's why it becomes even more important. You know what I mean? What I just said about that, if you got a 2 or 3 inch disadvantage, then you better be really good at that scouting report and making that guy go do something else, because that's the only way to sort of minimize, get rid of that advantage they have, is by, okay, the guy has to make it with his left hand. He can't keep turning that way, but I think that's, learn, again, we got to get better at it. That's all I can say about that. But it definitely was, our defense was very good for stretches, but they hurt us inside there in the second half when they sort of took the lead.
I was wondering, do you see when the guys are on the floor, there's less thought and more of just playing the game of basketball? And are you seeing what you want for the most part?
I'm definitely encouraged, like I said, by how we've been playing. I mean, like I said, we went and took a 7-point lead today. I know they came back and tied it. We went right back and went up 3 and took a 3-point lead again twice. It's that we're seeing it. It's how do you maintain that? That learned ability to maintain it. Obviously, getting contributions from sort of, everybody helps maintain that. But I'm definitely seeing it. I told the guys that yesterday, and I told them leading into the game. I know what I'm seeing. I see it getting better, and that doesn't mean you're going to get the result that you want right away. That's not the way the world works. You know what I mean? It's and if you just want to feel good, you know what I mean, you might want to think about doing something else. You know what I mean? Because this is going to take work. This is going to take a lot of caring. This is going to take a lot of effort, and we got to have that sort of spirit to stay with it, and our guys are, and that's another thing that I'm happy about, and got to see it again on Wednesday, but I'm definitely seeing it. Like I said, we were better against the press. I saw guys sort of, because of that, start to attack a little bit, in those situations, and as we do that, then we learn, we're attacking and taking a bucket now. Now we're going to make them play defense now, we're going to beat them both ways, but that's, that takes a while, and but we're definitely moving in that direction, and got to see it again on Wednesday. Handle their pressure, run our stuff. We're going to get good shots, and then obviously we got to work to do a better job, throughout the 40 minutes defensively.
Okay. Well, Chris, it's probably obvious. Like Coach said, it's kind of the main question of basketball, but you guys had a stretch where you were attacking as well as I've seen all year. Why is it so hard to get into that mode and then stay there once you get there?
I think starting out in the beginning of the first half, they kind of were jumping our handoffs and stuff, and we weren't really prepared for that. So we had to make a little bit of an adjustment And once we got a little more comfortable with how we were playing on offense, I think a lot of guys started to attack and be aggressive. And that's what we want, because when we're aggressive and we're attacking their defense, we can be really good. And, obviously, to your point, we need to start doing that at the beginning of the first half so we don't get down by, 10, 12 points.
And how weird was it to have Dave Pilipovich on the opposing scout for this game?
It was definitely weird seeing him in red and black. I talked to him before the game a little bit, just catching up, because that was the first time I've seen him since he left. So it was definitely different. It's good to see him doing well. So it's definitely weird seeing him in red and black, though. I've been here for 5 years. I'm used to seeing him in Air Force blue.
Chris, did you guys feed off of AJ's energy in that first half? Felt like he was basically carrying you for at least the first, 10 minutes of the game. And then you started to hit the shots. Guys started to get open. Like you said, you attacked it. Do you think AJ was the catalyst for that at all?
Absolutely. AJ's been playing so well all year, and we feed off of his energy and him making shots. He's handled the press and press defense so well this year. We only had 12 turnovers today, 6 in each half. So, him handling the ball and just, staying composed with that pressure, we've started to feed off that, and him making shots at the beginning of the first half definitely has helped us out.
For you and guys like Abe, Amika, how do you guys get going earlier? Because I feel like guys got going earlier, maybe we're not as competitive down the stretch, right? So what's got to happen for that to happen?
We just got to stay within ourselves, don't go out of what you can do offensively and stuff, and take open shots. I think it's a big thing. Ever since I was in middle school, my coaches have been telling me, your first shot needs to be a good shot so you can get in rhythm. So I think if I stay with that, and other guys start taking good shots to start off the game, and not feeling too overwhelmed by defenses, I think that we can start playing better at the beginning of games, because that's been our Achilles heel the whole year. Starting out games and being down by 10 points. So it's definitely something that we're working on. It's something that we're focusing on in practice every day. If we just need to stay with it and keep fighting through this year.
Do you, and Coach Scott, fiery guy, real intense, a little different than Coach P, but do you feel that you have to be aggressive and assert yourself in order to set the example for the rest of the team?
Absolutely. There's times where, I'm not always looking for my shot. If a team's guarding me really, really hard, I'm trying to look for my open guys. But I think, it was shown tonight, if I'm aggressive and, playing as hard as I can and attacking the defense, I think we can be really good. So, if I can keep doing that and, not turning the ball over and, hitting my open guys when 3 guys collapse on me, I think our team can feed off that. And, if me and AJ are playing really well and being aggressive, those other guys, Carter, Cam, Abe, they're gonna hit their open shots. So I think it's imperative for me and AJ to be continue to be aggressive.
And Coach Scott said all this is, I think he calls it a learned habit or something along those lines. But for you, you're probably not looking for moral victories, right? I mean, how tough is it to, you were in it till about 5 minutes to go and not pull this out?
It's definitely been difficult, you always want to win. And, Coach Scott, he said it, this isn't a game about feeling good about yourself. It's about challenging yourself and getting the most out of yourself and getting the most out of your teammates. So it's a grind every day. And, the season's definitely been tough. These games haven't turned out exactly how we wanted them. But I don't regret anything that I've done. I mean, I've laid everything on the floor, every single game, every single practice, and these guys have too. So, I think there's going to be a breakthrough, hopefully soon, and leading into the Mountain West tournament. I think we can be a really good team if we keep just fighting and playing hard every game.